Did I? Oh, there it is. You don't push where it says push. I got it.
Good evening and welcome to the January 21st, sorry about that, Glenville Town Board meeting. Would you please rise for the invocation and pledge allegiance? Please join me if you will. Gracious God, thank you for the responsibility of serving our community. Grant us wisdom, humility, and integrity in the decisions. Help us to put the needs of others before our own and to seek the common good in all that we do. Guide our words and actions so that our service reflects fairness, compassion, and respect for those we represent. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook?
Present.
Councilman Glenville?
Here.
Councilman Watson?
Here.
Supervisor Herschel?
Here. And before we get on to town council reports, this evening we are going to swear in another council member. I'm pleased to invite in our presence this evening Assemblyman Santa Barbara. Thank you for joining us. Trustee Solo Cook is also in attendance. Thank you for coming as well. And Solo Truck, sorry about that. Solo Truck. And Legislator also. Thank you for joining us as well. Police Chief is here as well. Thank you, Chief, for being here. And now we'll move on to town council reports. And I'll start on my left with Councilman Watson.
Not a new report yet. I would like to quickly thank the town highway for their work the last couple of days. They did a great job clearing the roads. I've been on the road with them once, and I know it's a harrowing experience, especially up by the western part. So again, thank you for that. And also for the police department. Last night they got out information regarding a stolen vehicle on Maple Avenue. And again, keeping people in mind that they are watching or they're in attendance for the work. These do lead to car evasion. And I know from Outlaw's experience, it happens in summertime and wintertime, so especially on those 3-day weekends. So again, thank you to the police department and the town highway.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Galuli.
No report tonight.
Thank you. And Councilman Cook.
No report.
Thank you. We will now move to our first thing on the agenda this evening, and that is a public hearing. And this is a public hearing for all persons interested in talking about an amendment to the Chapter 270, Section 270-3 and 270-19. And this is to change the code to allow for student dormitories. I will now open that public hearing. Anybody wishing to discuss dormitories, any concerns or comments, please approach the podium, state your name and address the board. Is there anyone wishing to address the board? The last call. Anyone wishing to address the board concerning dormitories in our code? Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. We'll now open item number 6 on our agenda. This is a public hearing, and this is for all persons interested in a proposed sewer extension number 4 to sewer district number 3 at 45 MacArthur. It's parcel number 29.16-2-50.111 in the town of Glenville. I'll give a little bit more on this. This is the property that will be used by the Schenectady Youth Orchestra. So I will open that public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to make comments? Is there anyone wishing to make comments? This will be the last call. Anyone wishing to make comments? Seeing none, that public hearing is now closed. We'll now move on to privilege of the floor. We're going to check the sheet and make sure. If anybody has signed up, please approach the podium when I open the privilege of the floor. We'll open the privilege of the floor, state your name and address, and you can address the board with any concerns or matters that you have. Is there anyone wishing to speak at privilege of the floor? Anyone wishing to speak at privilege of the floor? Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. We'll move to supervisors' comments, and I'll just reiterate a little bit of what Councilman Watson had already stated. I want to thank our DPW employees for the fine work that they do. We've had a number of water breaks and hydrant repairs out in the public, and this is certainly not the time of year to be doing those things. I want to commend them for a job well done. Our highway department has been very, very busy, tasked with all of these small storms, and they're just doing an excellent job. I want to thank them for the fine work that they do as well. Also, I've had the incredible privilege of attending a few of the fire department installation banquets, and I really want to give a shout out to all of those first responders that volunteer in our community to, at a moment's notice, go and ensure that we're given the best treatment that we possibly can. Thank you for their commitment. Thank you for their families that allow them to do these things, and we appreciate their service in our community. Those are all my remarks for this evening. We will now move to the agenda number 9, and this is a resolution appointing Tim Ferrara of Valleywood Drive to town councilman due to a vacancy. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Welcome aboard.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook?
Yes.
Councilman Delury?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Supervisor Christian?
Yes. We'll now move to the swearing-in ceremony, and welcome aboard, Councilman. This is going to be a nice, little formality, but welcome aboard. We look forward to working together as a board. Our first and foremost, our goal is to serve the residents of our community in a meaningful way. I look forward to carrying that work forward with you and the rest of the board members here. So I know Assemblyman Santa Barbara is going to do the swearing in, so go ahead, gentlemen. Yeah, so we can do it here or we can do it there, wherever you want. You let me know.
I can put the box.
Right here, I'd say right front and center. So that looks pretty good right
And
there.
your wife is going to hold the Bible?
I just want to,
Sure.
Sure.
first of all, thank you for welcoming me to
Yep.
Town Hall. And I want to thank him for asking me to do this. But I'm just going to join all of you. And I don't think that he's about running. He's already actually already seen my house, supervisor, and we're already talking about some of the things we want to accomplish before he's sworn in. And we've got a lot of energy for this job, a lot of passion. Look forward to working with you. Do some things for our community. Your time as a Schenectady County probation department speaks for itself. The resume that you sent over, it amounts to a lifetime of public service. So you bring that accountability, integrity, and energy that's going to serve the community well. Again, it's a privilege to be here and to be able to do this. And thank you all for welcoming me today. And with that, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Tim Ferrara,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support the constitutional laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of New York,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of town councilman for the town of Glenville, the duties of town councilman for the town of Glenville, according to the best of my ability, so help me God. According to the best of my ability, so help me God. I just wanted to thank my family, my friends, my neighbors, fellow board members, Bud, Brendan, and Brandon, Julie, and our town supervisor, Bob Kirko. Also the residents of Glenville and our local Democratic Party for having trust and support of me. This is a great honor to be appointed, and I'm committed to listening, working collaboratively with everyone, and representing our community with integrity. I look forward to earning your confidence through hard work on behalf of the residents and the people that call Glenville. So,
Done?
oh, sorry, Lily.
That's okay.
And I'd also like to say, that someone from Santa Barbara and the Coleman Park has been helpful in trying to show this up. Thank you.
Councilman, take your seat. Welcome aboard. Clerk Davenport, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Delury, we're doing it.
We're doing a roll because we have a new councilman.
Yeah, so
Here?
Councilman Cook,
Oh, call the roll. I'm sorry. Here.
Councilman Delury.
Here.
Councilman Farrar,
Here.
Councilman Watson,
Here.
Supervisor Perkins.
Here, we're all in present. This is the first time that we've had a full board since 23. So certainly we look forward to doing the people's work. We'll now get to the business of our agenda for this evening. And we'll move to number 10, a resolution adopting the proposed local law, amending the charter chapter, 270-3 and 270-19B to provide definition of schools and school dormitories and permit such use by site plan review in the general business district in the town of Glenville Town Code. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to table the resolution so we can have a work session to discuss it.
The motion seconded?
I'll second it.
Which motion are you seconding, Councilman?
His motion to table.
Okay. So
Better vote on that motion.
we'll vote on this, we'll vote on the motion at hand.
Okay, hold on a second. I just wanted to note if that's okay.
So this is being tabled until discussion can be had at a work session. That's what the motion is presently on the floor. Okay. Well, is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where voting to change the law for the local town when we haven't had a chance to discuss it at a work session as a full town board isn't the right way to go. I personally feel that changing the zoning law when we're due for a new comprehensive development plan isn't the right way to go. So I think we should have further discussion at a work session when the whole town board can get together and have the discussion. That's where I'm at with it.
Is there any further discussion? I will definitely add to this, Councilman, as I sit here and I do respect your view and your opinion about discussion, I will say that this information has been put out there for some time. This is changing a portion of our code to allow for this use within the definition. It's a definition within an allowable use within general business. The reason this approach was taken is to allow full access for everyone, not to just allow the individual who really came forward and said, we would like this use within here. So we really wanted to really take a high-level view of this so that it would be an equal playing field for everyone and accepted by anybody who has a school or any other private schools that would be developed. And it did add a level of context, which I know that you had the opportunity to read through, that gave parameters and limitations within a 1 mile radius. So it's not like we're opening this up so that the University of Albany can create dormitories in Glenville. I would like to say that I don't know really, again, as a board member, you have full access to every department here. It's been 2 weeks since this was coming and going to be presented at a public hearing, which nobody came and opposed. I will point to that. And also, you have full access to our planning department, which I know that they've offered many times to give any type of explanation. So as board members, I think we can discuss this stuff, but recognize we're only creating a provision that allows this use. It still has to come through full site plan review. It's not like it's automatically going to happen. It's just a permitted use. So that's what I would like to say. Any other comments?
Well, if I may, I think one of the issues is, again, this is a new board with old practices and having an expectation of different practices. I think you're right. No one came to say against it. No one came to endorse it yet. While I understand that to everyone else at the table who's been around this, all right, you guys understand what's going on. We don't have a clue. And everything like, I mean, you think about it, if I brought up something out of nowhere, I think people would be a little annoyed at this thing. Understand what yourself. Communication needs to get better. Part of that is possibly a work session, and you can do that whenever you want, or executive session, whenever you want. But I think on issues such as this, when a town council member has a little bit of an issue, yeah, he can come and find them, but we should also be getting the information from the departments. So it's a two-way street, and I think it's something we can improve on and get better at as we go. But I'm not disagreeing with Mr. Cook. I understand what he wants, and I will support him fully on that.
Thank you, Phil.
And as far as addressing the department, I did send an email to the planning department and they did respond. So the planning department has been responsive, but
So any questions or concerns that you would have had would have clearly been, answered by the appropriate department. I mean, I'm certainly not the town planner either. I'm a town supervisor. We trust in our staff, the professional staff, to guide and direct us to make changes to zoning, code changes. These get reviewed by our attorneys, our land use attorneys. These get reviewed by everyone, and then they get proposed. This is not anything, I guess, really, I think we have to have a really good understanding of how we move business forward. And to think that we need a work session for everything that's going to hit this agenda, I think is a little short-sighted. Again, as a councilman, I think each and every one of you has complete access to town hall every single day, complete access to every department for explanations and to uncover anything that you would have in question. This came out on the agenda at our organizational meeting. So this is not anything new. This is 20-something days later, after we had the information that we knew that this was. So anyway, I'm through. I hear your concerns, so, and if that's,
If I may, just 1 second. So, work sessions being not as important, that's a form of communication. Sitting down with each other and talking to each other rather than going through a litany of emails or a litany of texts is not, for a guy like me, it's being able to have, this is the kind of session we could have talked about someplace else, in the executive session instead of wasting everybody's time and watch Tim's first meeting, So, and again, excuse me for my not political, jargon, but meeting with each other, that's not a problem. I think that's actually something that should be embraced. And it's not forever. It's like, 25 minutes or half an hour. Hey, we got this, we got that. And let's just sit down and talk about it. I think that's what we agreed with when we first started this thing, right? So
we did,
Yeah, so
and I think,
why not?
and again, I think we
Not
did.
take you away from your schedule. You said we did.
No, it's
okay.
not even about my schedule. It's about, again, I don't think every week is going to really necessarily mean that we have to have a work session on everything that's on the agenda. If you believe that's true, and then there are only certain things, we need to have a clear understanding about what we can enter into executive session about too. We can't enter into executive session to discuss a change in our codes. Okay, so
That's fine. I mean, that's the learning process here with the farm. I'm not trying to belay this, but I'll tell you this, as a teacher, I get a litany of emails every day. I may look at maybe 4, if I get a chance. And the same thing with Dublin. I'm starting to get a litany of emails. And I'm not able to get to everything because I've got a life and I've got family and other things going on. It's not that I don't care. But again, you can't just say because you got a bunch of emails coming to you that you know the information comes.
all right, gentlemen. Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
This is a
Motion to
roll call to table resolution number 10. It was motioned by Councilman Cook and seconded by Councilman Galuli. I will take the roll now. Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Galuli,
Yes.
Councilman Farrar,
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Supervisor Perkins.
No. We'll now move on to, the motion is passed. We'll now move on to resolution number 11, a resolution adopting the proposed extension to number 4 to sewer district number 3 at 45 MacArthur, parcel number 29.6-2-50.111 in the town of Glenville. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved in second. Is there any discussion? And as I already said in the public hearing, this is to allow a connection for sewer at 45 MacArthur, which will be now used as the youth orchestra. Is there any further discussion?
Just that it's supporting arts and they have a new program, so it's perfect sense.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Galuli,
Yes.
Councilman Farrar,
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Supervisor Perkins.
Yes, on to number 12. This is a resolution appointing Samantha Jardis to the position of police officer. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? No discussion. I do know that when we do finally swear Samantha Jardis in, if this is approved, the chief will certainly make some remarks. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Galuli,
Yes.
Councilman Farrar, Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Supervisor Perkins.
Yes. On to number 13, a resolution approving the minutes of the organizational town board meeting held on January 7th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Will the clerk please, is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Delury,
Yes.
Councilman Ferrara, Councilman Watson,
Yes.
Supervisor Kirkland.
Yes. On to 14, a resolution approving the monthly reports for December 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Delury,
Yes.
Councilman Ferrara, Councilman Watson,
Yes.
Supervisor Kirkland.
Yes. On to 15, a resolution appointing Rick Sleepers to the Small Business and Economic Development Committee, SBED. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I will just add that, certainly Rick Sleeper will add value. I know that he is a business owner and will definitely add value as we looking at investing in our small business and our community. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Delury,
Yes.
Councilman Ferrara,
Yes.
Councilman Watson,
Yes.
Supervisor Kirkland.
Yes. On to number 16, a resolution authorizing the town board to approve the second amendment to certificate of incorporation of Horseman Farms Sewage Work Corporation to be filed with the New York State Department of State. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? I'll second. Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I will add that this is already a transportation corporation that's been formed, which basically and council, if I get this wrong, please interject, okay?
No, I will.
Thank you. Ultimately, a transportation corporation was formed so that on private property, this development is happening, and they have a pathway that is approved by the Department of State for them to have public sewer, okay? But it is owned by the property owner, but connects to our public sewer. So this is part 2, because there is a phase 2 now happening. How'd I do, council?
Very good.
All right. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Delury,
Yes.
Councilman Ferrara,
Yes.
Councilman Watson,
Yes.
Supervisor Kirkland.
Yes. On to new business, and I will start on my left with Councilman Ferrara. Thank you. Councilman Watson?
No new business, but I'd like to thank and welcome Jim Flora. Looking forward to working.
Thank you, Councilman Galula.
No new business.
Councilman Cook?
No new business.
And I have nothing as well. And I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.